Hi, I'd like to welcome everybody back to episode 2 of Let's Talk About It. I'm your co host, Johnny.
And I'm Tanya.
And before we get started, I'd like to thank the sponsor, which is
Locked and Faded Hair Salon, where you can get your hair locked, twist, and faded. You can find the link right here on the side.
all right.
Scan.
All right. So today is episode 2, and we're going to do a follow up from last episode. Last episode, we walked y'all through of how we met. Y'all got to know those things about us, like things that we liked about each other, things that aggravate each other, like I guess my grocery shopping stuff that she talked about. We're gonna take y'all to a journey from the proposal to leading up to the wedding day, and to the after wedding day. So we're gonna give y'all a little stories also behind scenes. And on that note,
Let's
let's
talk
talk
about
about
it.
it. All right. Let's go back to proposal day. What do you remember most about that day?
What I remember most. I remember stressing me about doing a TikTok. That's what I remember leading on to the proposal. It was like, why does he want to do this TikTok so bad today?
So going back to that day, did you think just a regular day, just a regular Super Bowl Sunday, nothing special?
Yeah, I thought it was just a regular Super Bowl Sunday. Get up, go to church, get ready to go grocery shopping for the Super Bowl food. And yeah, I thought it was just a regular, normal day. And I just knew we had to fit in TikTok somewhere before the game.
So you mentioned I had you doing the TikTok. Well, for everybody, what I did was I had a write, I believe I said, was it 5 things that I had to write, I think it was 5 or 6 things about what we love about each other and what drive each other crazy. So what I did was I took a QR code and I put it at the bottom of the paper let's go back. We exchanged papers of what the other person said. So I had her saying, thinking that she's going to read my stuff. I was going to read her stuff. So she read everything. And once she got back to the part, it said scan. It took her a minute to scan it, which was funny. We're going to show the video in a minute. And once you scanned it and you saw
Will you marry me?
what was going through your mind when you saw Will You Marry Me? Would you like, is it about time? Is he serious? Is this a football Super Bowl Sunday joke? What was going through your mind?
I was just shocked and nervous. I was afraid to turn around, although will you marry me means he probably on his knees back there. I was nervous to turn around, but I wanted to turn around, but I was so nervous. But yeah, I was excited.
Yeah, because she was excited because everybody remember that video. Everything was real about it. It was nothing fake about that screen. So yeah, that was fun.
So my next question would be, was you nervous before the proposal?
Not at
The
all.
day.
Not at all. That was something I wanted to do. So I wasn't nervous at all because you know me, I'm the type of person that I have to plan everything out, make sure it's perfect, make sure the lighting is right. So that was easy for me. Wasn't nervous at all because I wasn't thinking about you saying no. I just knew I was ready.
What made you know I was the one?
Well, I had a lot of different reasons. One was my mom, rest in peace. She used to always say, your wife. I think she started calling you that our second year.
Mhm.
So, everybody know my mom, when she speaks something in existence, it's going to happen. But no, we always used to talk about it. She's like, when you going to do this and that? And I always say, Mom, leave me alone. I'm not having this conversation with you right now. But after she passed, everybody know life is short. It makes you think about stuff. So I thought about everything that we went through, and she know how I am. I got a couple of things I do before I fall in love with the person. She checked all the boxes that I needed from being a good mom, a go-getter. She at the time a girlfriend. So and we had our moments, but she passed everything. So I just knew he was the one. Like I said before, you was different from anybody I ever dated. So I think that's how I knew you was the one. But I would say when Daisy says something, don't try to run from it. So what we did was we asked in our last episode to give us some questions from the people in the chat. So this is one of the questions they asked. If you can relive that proposal all over again, would you do anything different, Johnny? No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. Because everybody was there who I pretty much wanted to be there, which was my kids. So everything went just like I wanted. It was perfect. I had Jonathan acting like he's about to record a TikTok, which was perfect because he was like, Dad, I want to be there. I'm not going to practice. I'm not going nowhere. So everything was perfect for me. So I wouldn't relive nothing at all.
So you got the approval from the boys before you proposed?
Yes, I had to talk to each one of them because I wanted to make sure they was good, which I already knew they was. We've been together so long, and it was easy. That was the easiest part, just getting their approval. So yeah, they was all on board. That's why, like I said, Jonathan wanted to make sure he was there. You know, the other boys was on the video games, but they was excited too. We're gonna go ahead to the next segment. This is called the after proposal. Who was the first person you contacted after the proposal?
First thing I did was went and called my mama. I went and called my mama to tell her, and to my surprise, she already knew because I didn't know he had already went and talked to them before he proposed.
Make sure I did everything right.
Yeah. So that's who I called first was my parents. So who did you call after the proposal? After I said yes and we got all the excitement over with, who did you call once I started making my calls?
The first person I called was my dad. He was excited because he was waiting on me to respond back to him. Even though I know he's probably was busy Super Bowl day, but he was waiting on that call back. Who was the happiest for us? This is another question from the chat.
For me, I would say my immediate family, my boys, of course, were excited. My parents and my siblings were super excited for me.
Everybody was excited, from family to friends, because everybody knew that this was what I wanted. So I would say everybody. It's too many names to say who was all excited. So I would say everybody.
Yeah.
Next question they have is, did anyone cry? Well, I don't think she cried in front of me, but unless you want to say tears of joy, because I know she couldn't stop looking at that ring on. And I got a video for that I'm going to post for the commercial the next day, how she did her on TikTok.
Yeah, no one I don't think anyone cried. I don't think I cried. I'm trying to remember if I was crying during that whole big old yell and scream I did. I think I teared up, but I don't think I just boohoo cried.
Uh, Next question we have is, did anyone already start asking wedding questions? You can go first.
Anyone start after the proposal?
I guess we say after proposal or,
After we let everyone know?
yeah. Did y'all pick a day? Did y'all pick colors? Where's it going to be at?
Yeah, sure. Family was asking, have we made any plans yet? Anybody ask you?
Yeah, they pretty much asked, did we pick a date, Chad? That was the main question I kept getting. Did we pick a date? And also the famous question or request. I know I'm in your wedding. Make sure I'm in the wedding. I'm in the wedding. So that's the question that I got for the wedding.
Yeah.
All right. Did the engagement make our relationship feel different?
To me it did, yeah.
I would
It
say
felt it felt a little different. Just hearing you say instead of my round, uh
my little whoa.
my little whoa instead of saying my whoa. No, it's not round, is it?
It's round. That's what we
Oh.
say back then.
I know I'm a round or in a whoa. But instead of hearing him
She said,
say, my whoa when he talking to his friends, he was starting to say my fiance. So
I always say my girl. Even to this day, is always
yeah,
my girl. That's just something that we said back home.
yeah. You done said whoa and round a
Yeah, I
couple
say all of
times.
them. I use a lot of my New Orleans slang to her. It took her a minute to catch on, but she finally got it.
So once he starts saying my fiance, that's when it started feeling more real to me.
Right. When did it hit you that you was about to become Mrs. Lawson? Did it hit you like the when I got on one knee? Did you the next morning? Did you the next day? Or when did you realize it, like, wow, reality, I'm about to be the one?
Once we started making plans, once we started, like, he was quick with it. All right, we got to find a venue. I was like, okay, we really about to do this. And he not giving me a time to let it sink in and woosah. Like, he let me have my next day to tell everybody else that I didn't tell the day of. And then that next day, he was on it,
Yeah,
planning.
yeah, but as far as like the family, but everybody was kept saying family and friends is about damn time. It's about time. It's about time. So on that note, we're gonna take a quick commercial and be right back after this moment.
Okay, so we wrote down 3 things that we love about each other and 3 things that that we do that drives each other crazy. Okay? Yeah. Say this away. You tricked me. Thanks for being there for me throughout so many ups and downs, especially since my mom passed away.
I really appreciate you. I know I have my moments at times, but blame it on my mom, three sisters, and sister-in-law. My mom always called me her little spoiled rotten piece of shit. Thanks for hanging in there and not giving up on me. Thanks for being here for my boys also. We all appreciate you. On that note, would you please scan Q card yes with my phone that's over here? I knew you. Now you supposed to be reading and telling me what I like and dislike, and you know I don't know how to do this. You know I'll be your Valentine. Okay.
Read out loud.
You take a picture?
Read out loud.
I just scanned it. Ain't nothing
It
happening.
says at the bottom of it.
At the bottom of the scan. Huh? Shut up. You got my nerves! Oh! I knew you was making stuff up.
I got any nerves at a yes? No?
Yes! Girl, come on.
Yeah, I was together your size
You got me. I done wrote down 5-6 things to get on my nerves. Aw, thank
Say
you.
yes.
Wow. I'm like,
Hey, we'd like to welcome everybody back to Let's Talk About It. Again, I'm your co-host, Johnny.
And I'm Tanya.
So we're moving over real smooth right now. So the next question I have is planning a wedding as stressful as everybody says it is?
Yes, planning. I would say so. We have two halves. I won't get into it because I know that's further down. But so the beginning half of planning my wedding was stressful with the venue and all because it was overwhelming. It's just so much to pick and choose from, and then when you have a wedding planner, they always coming up with these ideas that you can't that I couldn't say no to, and that means my bill is adding up. But so yeah, it was stressful.
Yeah, I would say for me, it wasn't at all. Because I guess my mind was like, I already know what I wanted. I already know how I want to do this and that. And my colors and everything, I guess it was in my mind how I want to do everything. So I don't think for me, it wasn't stressful at all. It was, I just say easy breezy for me, but I know she was stressful. I remember a lot of nights.
Yes, because he had his colors in mind, but I wasn't sure what colors I wanted.
It's
That's why it was
not just,
stressful.
not just colors, but just a lot of stuff had stressed out. And I was trying to calm her down to a few things, but yeah, it wasn't too stressful for me at all. On to the next segment. So far, we talked about the proposal and leading up to the wedding. So next question we have is, what made us decide on doing a destination wedding to Jamaica? Want to go or you want me to go?
I'll go. Well, I think he already had his mind made up, but he wanted to see what I chose to do because at the end of the day, he said that it's our day, but it's my day. So whatever I choose was up to me. So as me and my wedding planner was racking up the bill for my venue wedding, he was going over the budget, I guess, and he came to me and he was like, "Okay, have a proposal. If you want to have this wedding here in Texas at this venue, you can. This is where we are, and with the add-ons and the extra people you want to bring, this is where it's taking us." And he said, or because we had already planned our honeymoon in Jamaica. We had already booked our honeymoon for Jamaica. So he said Jamaica has the deal where if you're there 3 days or more, that give you a free wedding. So he was like, we can continue with our plans and carry on, or we can go to Jamaica early, get married, have the free wedding, and the money that we have for the wedding here in Texas, we use that money for down payment for a house, to buy a house. And he said, but it's up to you. So that was a no-brainer to me.
Yeah.
Let's get this house. Let's get this house and get married in Jamaica.
Yes, because everybody, like she said earlier, the bill just kept racking up, and I was looking at it, and I just had this one day. I just sat down. I was like, "I'm gonna ask us a serious question. Do you want to have your house or big wedding?" And like she said, it was a no brainer. She like, "I want my house." So we was able to get our house with the money that we would have been spending on the wedding, which was a good bit.
Yeah.
So that was how we decided to go to Jamaica, and I feel like that was one of the best choices that we could have did.
Yeah, we became homeowners before we even got married. Like 6 months before we got married.
Yeah. Next question I have, was changing our plans difficult? No, like we just said, no, not at all. Again, the the amount we spent at Jamaica for the wedding and a honeymoon was perfect. Perfect, perfect.
Yeah.
Next question is, how did our parents react to us telling them that we were going to have the wedding in Jamaica? Well, my dad, he wanted to come, but being a destination wedding, everybody know if you've been in Jamaica, the flights cost sometimes more than the trip. So he wanted to come, but he was able to come to our reception afterwards. So we did a reception out there in Jamaica, and also we did another one for family and friends who couldn't make it when we got back.
So my parents was just like, at first they was like, "What? You gonna do it in Jamaica?" But they were so excited about us buying a house that they was just like, y'all are making a smart move." They was just like, "That's a smart move. Do what you got to do." And I actually thought it was gonna be a destination wedding, just he and I. Thought we was about to elope. So, but they actually ended up making it happen and showing up.
Yes. And as far as friends, to answer that same question, how did friends react? We had a lot of friends and family members that's, like she said, they was upset because they wanted to be there and experience that with us. But a lot of them also was excited and happy for us.
Yeah.
So again, we was able to do something with the family and friends when we got back. Looking back, would we still choose Jamaica if we had to redo everything?
All over again. I wish we had have thought about that before we started looking at venues and put a deposit down for a venue. I wish we'd have just, I don't know how I missed it because we booked the honeymoon first. So I don't know how we missed that, but we missed the whole free wedding. When I guess my mom was on just friends and family coming together.
Yeah, well, I actually didn't miss it. We just was, I think more of, we were just like, we wanted family and friends to be
Yeah.
there. But when it came down to wanting to buy a house or big wedding for family and friends, again, that was easy for me, for us to make.
Yeah.
All right. Next question we have is, what made our destination wedding so special? What made it special was, like she said, at first it was supposed to have been just me and her going because we didn't think nobody was going to show up at the wedding by it
'Cause
being a destination. So when we started getting her family and friends her family started coming, her mom and dad, sister, brother-in-law, and her niece and her son. So that was more than we expected. Now, when we made it there, my biggest surprise was my brother, my sister-in-law, and my brother-in-law. They showed up. That was, man, that was priceless. That just took me to a different level because I was there again. Her family's my family, but seeing my sister and brother and my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law, that did it for me. So I think that what was made it special. And also, it was beautiful. If you ever been to Sandals and y'all saw our videos, there's nothing else to say. It was good. What about for you?
I knew at some point along the planning to Jamaica, once we made our mind up and booked it, about a week or two later, my parents said that they were coming. Then my sister and my brother-in-law, they said they were coming. Then my son and my niece were coming. He had no idea the whole entire, because we changed those plans in 6 months, y'all. I changed my wedding plans in 6 months. So he had no idea his siblings were coming. I knew, but he didn't. So I had to keep that secret. I had to keep that secret until we got to Jamaica and he
She
finally saw.
struggled.
I
She
was
struggled.
struggling. It was hard, but yeah, he just knew that my family was coming, but he didn't think he was gonna have anyone come because, like I said, it was a 6 months notice that we let everybody know. Yeah, we changing our plans. We're going to Jamaica. We're gonna do a destination wedding. We understand if you can't come. The tickets was pricey, so yeah, that was seeing him see his siblings. There was exciting for me too.
All right.
That surprise was exciting.
All right. So let's talk about the day before the wedding. Were you nervous?
The day before the wedding, I was nervous. I was nervous the moment we got on that airplane. I was just like, man, I am about to go to Jamaica and that was going to the back of my mind. Like, this is not about to fly to Jamaica for vacation. Like, I'm about to go to Jamaica and get married. I am about to get married. So we had to stay there 2 days before we got married. But yeah, I was nervous the whole 2 days.
Yeah. Again, it's not much make me nervous, but I, I I wasn't really nervous. I just was ready. I just want to go ahead and get this experience and just enjoy myself. So I don't say I was not nervous at all. I was just ready. So the night before, also a question: did you sleep? How did you sleep? Did you sleep comfortable? Did you sleep good?
I slept good. I slept good. Once I went to sleep, I slept good.
Did-
Good sleep.
I did too, because the night before I had some good Long Island's and some good drinks, and we shut the what kind of bar that was? Poke bar, pool. We shut the bar down with karaoke, family and friends. So yeah, those
Yeah,
those
that's
those
awesome.
drinks. Yeah, I slept real good. I must say.
Wedding day.
Before we get to the wedding day, let's go back a day before the wedding. What was your thoughts on how Sandals took care of us from the time we got off the plane to we made it to the resort to how they did everything from cake testing, food, how they took care of us? What was your thoughts leading up to the wedding about that?
So leading up to the wedding, Sandals, every time y'all got me spoiled. Man, they took care of everything. Like, even before we got there, just once we made our minds up, that's what we were gonna do. The coordinator just stayed in touch. And the moment we got to Jamaica, they were there waiting on us. Put us in a Benz,
Rolls Royce.
a Rolls Royce to get to the resort. And I really didn't have to do anything because my coordinator was like calling me, today we're gonna do this, today we're gonna do that, walked me through everything, and she pretty much did everything for me.
Yeah, they took care of us. I mean, like she said, that was only thing she had to do and I had to do was make sure that we was there on time and we didn't eat too much, so we make sure our wedding dress and my suit fit. They
Yeah.
took care of us from the time we got there and back, and I enjoyed those those cake tasting and everything. So yeah, that's pretty much what I have. All right, so we talked about the proposal, the journey to Jamaica. Now let's talk about the wedding day. What was your favorite memory of the wedding day?
Like, all of it was my favorite. Having my dad walk me down was special for me. Having my son be a witness and sign me over,
Signed,
that was
sealed,
special.
delivered.
That was special for me. And what about you?
I know I talked about it earlier, but just seeing my family show up, that memory, to see them sitting down in the audience waiting to see us get married, that was real special. I had somebody there in my corner, which I know her family was there in my corner too, but that made my day. So I would say just that whole trip to before she walked down the aisle. So I would say just the whole experience to me was special. Next question: did everything go according to plan?
Yes. For me, yeah, everything went smooth. Like I said, my sandals was on top of it. I didn't have to stress about anything. Everything went according to plan. Nothing, no mishaps.
Yep, I agree. It was perfect. So everything went according to plans. So yes, it did. What was going through your mind walking down the aisle?
I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking to myself, "Oh God, I hope I don't fall."
Same here. I was thinking the same thing. Please don't let us trip.
You were saying, "Don't let me trip."
Yeah, because I was already there.
Yeah, I was just like, "Oh, I hope I don't fall," because my legs was shaking, y'all. My legs was shaking because I was nervous. But my daddy, he had a good little grip. So, but yeah, then I was like, because it was hot in Jamaica, and I was like, "Oh, I hope my makeup is not running." I was like, "We gotta hear him get this over with because it's hot."
Right.
I hope my makeup don't run, but it wasn't running. I was just nervous. But yeah, that was on my mind that I did not fall going down. Cause my train was like super long as well. So yeah, I was just hoping I didn't fall, y'all.
Yeah, same here. Once I met her down the aisle, we met halfway, and I was like, okay, it's time to step. Let's step and make sure we on cue so nobody trip. I didn't want to make wedding bloopers. So yeah, the same thing. You asked me that question.
What was your first thought when you saw me coming down the aisle?
You look beautiful in that dress, baby. Yeah, I was like, wow, man. I already knew she was beautiful because y'all see me say she's beautiful in every post I put, but seeing her in that white wedding dress, walking down that aisle, I was like, here's Miss Lawson. So well, if you want to say nervous, that's where I became nervous. I was like, wow, here she come. This is everything I imagined and dreamed of. So I would say I was excited. That's why you saw me smiling and walking down that aisle. So I would say I was excited.
Did you like my dress?
Yeah.
He didn't see it. I saw his tuxedo, but I didn't see him in it. But I didn't let him see my dress at
Yeah,
all.
I like the dress. Is it elephant heavy?
My thoughts when I first saw
What was
him.
yeah. So what was your thoughts?
So as I'm walking and I turned that corner and I saw him, I was like, "Ooh, GQ." That was my first time seeing him in a tuxedo. So I was just like, "Damn, that's me." Okay, husband.
I have a question for you.
License.
Once we signed the marriage license, what was your thought on that part?
So when we signed
Ain't no getting out of this now.
So it was the pastor for me. He looked me in my face before I signed. No, after we both signed, and he said, "Like you have the deed to your house, like you have the title to your car. This is the title to your man. This is your title. Don't let nobody take it from you. This is yours. Say it." I was like, "This is mine." That's what did it for me when he said that to me. It was funny, but I was like, "Yeah, this
Yeah,
is my title.
he wasn't.
The title to my man."
Yeah, he was entertaining. Let's talk about getting ready for the wedding. From you putting on your wedding dress to walking down the aisle.
Mhm.
What emotions or what were you thinking leading up to that?
It didn't sit into me until it was time to get ready. I went into my sister-in-law's room, and my sister and my niece met me there along with my coordinator. And they're doing my makeup. And once I put that dress on, that's when my niece was drying my tears. "Don't mess up your makeup. Don't mess up your makeup." The coordinator, she fanning me. She was like, "We have to go out in a minute." But the moment I put that dress on and I saw myself with my hair, my makeup, and she's asking me, let her know when I'm ready to start the song, my walkout song, because once we walk out that room, it begins. And I had to take a woosah. I was just like, "Okay, this is it."
Right. For me, I normally don't drink until after 5 o'clock p.m. Like this is 5 o'clock somewhere, I guess. When I popped that champagne bottle early, I knew it was about to get real. I was like, let me get something so I can calm down a little bit. Because I was excited. I wasn't nervous. I was just more excited. Like, I can't wait to see how how everything goes step by step. So I think I was going through that. And once first I laid my suit, my jewelry, everything on the bed. And I was like, ooh, I can't wait to get into this. Can't wait to see me. So I put that on, everything. And that was pretty much it on that note. Let's take a quick commercial. We'll be right back. Hey, everybody, I'd like to welcome you back to Let's Talk About It. I'm your co-host, Johnny.
And I'm Tanya.
All right, we want to jump back into the wedding day. My next question to you is, once we said I do and everything, and the pastor pronounced us as Mr. and Mrs. Lawson, what was your thoughts and how did you feel after that?
That's when I took my woosah. I was like, "We done it. I smell it though. It was over. I done it. We was married. Now let's party."
Yeah, I was smiling. I was excited. I was like, we did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. So yeah, it can't even explain how we feel about it, but yeah, yeah, we did it. So, all right, so we said our dues. Let's talk about our first dance. How did you feel with our first dance being again Miss Lawson?
Our first dance was beautiful. We just vibed with each other. I had people ask me, did we rehearse the dance? Once they saw the video, did we rehearse that? I was like, no, I knew what song we was gonna dance to, but we never got up and practiced or anything. We just went with the flow, and yeah, that was nice. That was beautiful.
Yeah, that song we picked by Rotimi, I do. That was one of the perfect song that fit that situation. Cause yeah, that first dance was real special to me. Cause I felt like everything is like a weight that was shifted off of me from everything it took to get there to that point, to the ups and downs. And when me and her was dancing, like, I know I said it first. The song that we picked out was from Timmy, I Do. That song fit everything. If y'all ever listen to our wedding song, or heard that song before, y'all hear everything he says in it. So that song fit perfectly for us. And when we was dancing, I had so much stuff that went through me because it took a lot. We had to make a lot of sacrifices to put in work. We lost out on a lot of money for switching venues. But once we started dancing and I started hitting that song, and all of a sudden I felt like my mom just hugged me at the end, said, "Now you can let go." And that was, I think that's the only, like, that's earlier did anybody cry? That's when I just broke down because I felt like a lot of stuff just was lifted off of me to get to where we was. So I would say that was it for me. So let's go on to our next segment. The day after. Or is there anything else you want to talk about the day of? Or we had the dinner. Oh, shout out to Sandals. They catered a nice meal for the
Oh,
family,
the
for us,
reception.
and a cake. Oh my God. Oh, she did bring up the reception. Let's talk about that. The after party. That was a good one too.
We shut Sandals down, y'all.
Yeah, so that we yeah, we shut it down. We had a great time. The DJ played good. Family enjoyed itself. I think we was the light of the Sandals that night, because I woke up the next morning, which we're gonna get to that next, the day after. But when I went to get something to eat, I felt like celebrity. Everybody was like, the wedding, the honeymoon is not over.
The Lawsons.
I'm like, how the hell these people know who we are? Until everybody told me, hey,
They party with us at the reception.
right? They was like, you cut up. I'm like, I don't remember none of that. It was my wedding night, so I was feeling real good. I hate when people try to show you videos. I'm like, I don't want to see that. I just know I had a great time. That's all I need to hear. All these people are cheering me on, so it must have been a good thing. I didn't hear nothing bad. So that ended the night on for the wedding night. So it was beautiful. That's all I got to say. From the view that we had to the family being there. So I would say our wedding day ended beautiful.
And shout out to some of our friends that we met on Sandals that follow us on Facebook. Oh, I can't remember their names, but the two couples.
The honorary bridesmaid.
Yeah.
she made herself.
She was my bridesmaid.
Yeah, they cut up. I know your husband probably watches, so thank y'all for being in there. We appreciate that. Okay, so let's move on to the day after. What did breakfast feel like being husband and wife? I'll say, again, Sandals, they brought us this beautiful breakfast. We ate on our patio, which was our a patio because we were on the first floor. We ate
Walk out.
our walkout, and they set everything up for us from
Beautiful.
they had our table with everything we needed. So it felt good looking down at my hand and seeing that ring on there, and like, yeah, it's official. Like a referee with a whistle. I got Miss Lawson.
I married now.
I said that was good. Memories. All right. Next question we have from everybody. What memories still makes you smile from our wedding weekend experience?
For me, I would say if we start at the beginning, my memory of us just chilling, relaxing, you and I and my sister and brother-in-law and niece and son, we was just chilling that Friday night when we got there, and he look up and here comes his brother and his sister-in-law, and he bumps into his sister and his brother-in-law. He didn't know they was coming. That was a good memory for me. When I walked down the aisle and turned the corner and finally saw him standing there waiting to come and get me. That's one of my memories. Us signing the paperwork is a memory for me. And then once it's all said and done and he pronounced us man and wife and we walked off, that was a memory. And of course my our first dance.
Yeah, I piggyback on everything she said. That was all, the whole everything was a memory for me. But again, seeing her in that white dress, dancing with her, holding her in my arms. So I would say just the whole weekend, but just seeing her in that dress, that would be my memory. What would you change differently from the wedding?
I wouldn't change anything.
I would.
What would you change?
Needed more time.
It went by fast, right?
Because the first day we got there, I believe it was like 3 o'clock, maybe 5 o'clock.
Well, so you wouldn't change anything about the
No,
wedding. You would
I wouldn't
change
change anything about the wedding, but only thing
our
I would
stay.
stay, because the first, even though everything was smooth and perfect, I understand. The first day we made it that Friday, I think we made it there like 5 o'clock, 3 or 5 o'clock, somewhere like that. As soon as we made it there, we had to talk to the wedding planner. So we went over our itinerary for the next day, everything they expected. So we did all that. Then the next day, we had to go meet with them, taste tests,
Yeah.
go over food, go over the menu, everything, make sure the family members was there, entertain family. So the next day, we got married. So I'm not complaining, I'm just saying I just wanted more time. Then the day after we got married, the next day we spent some more time with family members. Went out to eat.
I think we only had one day to ourselves.
Because everybody left, I believe, on the
The day after or the next day. We had 1 day to ourselves.
And that last day, all I want to do is rest. Because again, I was drained. Because from getting on the plane to just enjoying ourselves, being busy and active, that's the only thing I would change. I would have added more days on it, but I just didn't know how it was gonna go. But
Mhm.
we are doing, hey, if anybody wanna come, inbox us. We're renewing our vows in 2028.
5 years.
So reach out to us if you want to come. Again, you're paying your own way, so don't. It's none of that. No, we don't work like that. So that's the only thing I would change. Just spend more time out there because we didn't get a chance to really
Enjoy
enjoy
Jamaica.
Jamaica. Because we actually didn't leave off the resort at all.
Mhm.
All right. So we're gonna move on to the next one. Our next segment is called Looking Back. Was our wedding everything we dreamed of? I would say hell yeah. It was everything and more. I don't want to keep sounding like a broken record, but everybody showing up, it was everything. I wouldn't ask for nothing more besides more time out there in Jamaica. So that's the only, it was good for me.
Yep, likewise. As a woman, when you're a little girl, you think about your wedding. When you start growing up, you think about your wedding, and that was beautiful. I couldn't have asked for. He did his thing. He did his thing. I didn't have to do nothing. He did his thing. All I had to do was show up with my dress,
That was it.
and he took care of everything else. And other than me keeping the secret about his siblings coming, that was my task, and that's all I had to do. And he once we decided to get the house and leave the venue alone and go to Jamaica, he was hands on and he took over everything.
So yeah, it was good. Next question we have is: Would we invite more people, or would we invite more people? I would love to have more people that came and showed up. But again, when we had it in the States, we invited a good amount of people, but that's the only thing was missing was more family and friends.
Hmm.
Other than that, people was there who I hate to say needed to be there. I would love to have more of my family, but I was okay.
Yeah, if I could have changed anything about it, I wished we would have thought of, because like I said, he proposed in 2022 of February, and we had that whole year until April 2023 to plan. So I wished in February when we start jumping on these venues, we would have just decided destination. And that would have gave everybody a good year and a couple months to save and be able to come out or just have their minds wrapped around it. Because, like I said, we changed it in 6 months,
Yeah,
6 months before the wedding. So
yeah,
you can't expect, people to
exactly.
just
So
stop what they're doing and make plans to book a Sandals resort and flight to
yes,
Jamaica.
'cause it was not cheap.
It wasn't.
Would you do if you can go back? Would you do another destination wedding?
Yes.
Same here. No need to go
Yes.
into details. We would. All right. What was the biggest lesson from the entire process that you learned?
I wish we would have thought about the destination wedding right after the proposals, that instead of wasting our time doing the whole venues and because I think we looked at like
Yeah, we went on so many
eight,
of them. It's
10. I mean,
ridiculous.
we looked at so many
A
places,
lot.
y'all. Every week
Lots.
we had like 2 or 3 book views to go see. And I think we had a total of about 10, 12. So
Yeah, like I said earlier, some of them was beautiful. Some of them like you can't be serious. But hey, that's their business. I'm gonna say this. I know everything she's saying, but it was my fault. I would say because I'm the type of person. If you know me, I like to get stuff done. I proposed to her Super Bowl Sunday, and the next morning I woke up, I was already looking at venues, colors, everything for a wedding. I was trying to plan and get it done within a week.
the date, like
So yeah,
the next day, he was like, what, we started going through dates. He wasn't playing with me. He was like, we're not going to drag this out. We're not going to take 2-3 years.
we
Let's
getting
get
it
it.
done.
Let's
I
get it.
I wanted to hear I wanted to hurry up and get everything done because I didn't want to drag it out. So I want to have our venue, our caterer, open bar. I want to have everything done. So that's why I say I take that. Like it was all me that I rushed to it. But if I don't know what I know, it would have been a lot easier for us. So that's my pride. That's why I said earlier. One thing, be patient, but don't be too much patient. Get it done. You don't want to drag it on and on. So that's the lesson I learned. Ooh, this is a crazy question. Who was the bigger bridezilla or groomzilla?
I know he don't say me. He wasn't a
Be
groomzilla.
real, be real.
Oh, so you wasn't a groomzilla, but you was standing on business. Let's say
Yeah,
that.
let's
That's
say
not
that.
groomzilla. Groomzilla to me or bridezilla is like drama. Everything is just extra. You wasn't extra. You was just
Nah,
on business and you wasn't playing with me. or the people, all my people. He was just like, nope, nope,
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah, I was more like she said I just wanted my job was to make sure it went smooth for her. I didn't want her to
Mhm.
stress or anything. And I knew one thing, 'cause I told her at the beginning, I said, you're gonna have a lot of people in your ear trying to tell you to do this, trying to tell you to do that. All that is fine. But at the end of the day, we make the decisions. And I don't mind them giving us giving us advice. But one thing, if you know me, I'm gonna think about it and I'm pretty much gonna do Johnny's way. So again, once she shared it with me, and I was like, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. I appreciate everybody who tried to do it, try to help us out, which we did take some advice, but I told her, I said, this is our wedding. They had they had people trying to, yeah, it is what it is. They had people trying to say, do this, do it that way. I would do this, I would do that. Well, do it for yours. We wanted to be the Lawson's way, and that's how we had it. So I appreciate y'all, but it was all about us, and that's what it's continued to be, us. So thank y'all again for that. On that note, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with our last segment called Rapid Fire / Hot Seat. Let go.
Do you feel dominated by your wife?
No, he's not. He's actually really happy. Happiest he's ever been. I love you. Honestly, I don't even know why we're here.
Why we're here?
I love you.
Hey, we'd like to welcome everybody back to Let's Talk About It. I'm your co-host, Johnny,
And I'm Tanya.
and we're on our last segment of the show. So if y'all still hanging with us, we appreciate y'all for hanging on this long and taking the journey and the trip with us to the process of proposal to getting married and talking about the after part. So now we're going to play this game. It's called Rapid Fire / Hot Seat. All right, let's go. So these questions here, we got to answer real fast
Without taking too
without
long.
taking too long. So here we go. And again, we want to thank y'all for the questions and the suggestion of games we should play. Okay, here we go. First question. Who cried first?
He did.
Who's more emotion?
I am.
Who stressed more? Who stressed more?
I stressed more.
Who spent more money?
I spent more money. No, I didn't. He did.
Who?
Because you paid for everything but my dress.
Yeah. Who was more organized? That was me.
You were.
That was me. Knocked all the stuff going. Who took longer to get ready?
I think we was both on
Yeah.
cue. They wasn't playing with us with that time.
Right. Who danced more?
We all danced.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably
no, yeah, you right. You
Yeah,
were
I-
at that reception, baby.
Yeah, I didn't want to stop, so it was me. Who was the life of the reception?
He was.
Yeah, like I said, those are earlier. People know my name. This is the end of our show. And again, we want to thank everybody who's tuned in and everybody who's been supporting our shows from Let's Talk About It to my sports podcast, Sports Talk with JB and Upside the Barbershop. I'll be getting nothing but love for that one. And again, I just want to thank everybody for showing the support for people who've been sharing our videos from family and friends. We really appreciate y'all, especially the ones who've been sharing it. And no comment. So on that note again, we want to thank y'all. Oh, before I get off, I want y'all to continue to follow us. We got some great shows coming up from mental health. We got a show with I'm talking with two military veterans. One of them will be my dad. That's special. I can't wait to do that one. He told me some stories about his time in the military in the 60s and 70s. Oh, I can't wait to hear that one. And also my good friend David Morgan, he's going to tell me about his experience in the military. We have that one coming up. Like I said earlier, the mental health one.
Mm-hmm.
Tanya has a couple of shows she's producing. You want to share that one?
Ladies, friends, family, especially friends that I grew up with, went to school with. Y'all, we in our early 50s. We're gonna talk about this perimenopause and menopause.
And
Put in the comments if you want to talk about it, because let's talk about it, because I have some questions. Maybe some of y'all have some answers.
matter of fact, if y'all want to be on the show, be a guest, we can have up to 9 guests. Inbox her and y'all can get that started. And also, I have one I'm going to do with a couple of dads. It's called Fatherhood. That's a good show I would love to do with a couple of dads. So again, reach out to us if y'all have any comments or show suggestions we should do. Because right now, we have at least 12 shows, but would love to have some guests. We want to even hear from some couples. Like we have another one that we're doing with Tanya's parents, who's
51
been married
years.
51 years. I want to hear everything. I want to hear everything about it. That's gonna be a great show.
It's gonna be real, y'all. We're gonna get uncut.
Exactly. They're gonna give it to us. And also, I want to do with some married couples, some young couples who like us who just got married, some that have been married for 10 years, 20 years. Again, feel free to inbox us if y'all would like to be part of these shows or y'all have any other suggestions.
And then also, I want to say we do have some shows. We do have some shows, some suggestions on Instagram. I got some of those. We're gonna put that on the list.
Yes. So again, I want to thank y'all again for following both podcasts. Let's talk about it. And also Sports Talk with JB, which is doing good. And again, I'd like to thank all my guests who's been on there, from Corey to Didi to Lewis to Jason to Vincent and to Ra. And again, thank y'all for showing so much love. On that note, we want to wrap this up and say thank y'all. Until next time, let's talk about it. We out.
Tonight's lane. Yeah.